this being recorded.
Too late. Alright. Well, I guess it's been long enough. So, when we first left off, group journeyed to the winery with Esmeralda and Tail, and you guys came across the Markovs, the family who owned the winery, and they mentioned how they needed help clearing it. The group agreed and went to clear so. And when we last left off, Lucan was just about to enter into the cellar hidden door.
So meta, I texted Trevor already. I never did my level 5 spells, so I finally did that, and they could have came in real handy a couple weeks ago.
All right. So
Sucks to suck, Joe.
yeah. Upon that, the last time we saw Lucan, he was trying to open a door, and it took some effort to open the door. As you opened it, a cold blast of cold air came shooting out of the edges. A dark tunnel stretches for 15 feet or so, ending at an archway beyond which lies a shallow cave. As you enter this cave, it is pitch dark, and you cannot see anything.
Even with my night vision?
I guess yeah. Okay.
You mean dark vision?
Dark vision, yeah. So this whole entire cavern is filled with brown mold from floor to ceiling, all over the walls and archway.
Brown mold?
Just brown mold.
Is that like it's just the descriptor of the mold, or is it like brown mold is like a poisonous kind of mold? Do I know anything about brown mold?
You can make a nature check.
Six.
You do not know anything to the top of your knowledge. You don't know if it's harmless or if it's poisonous or what.
That's all I see in this thing is just brown mold and it's empty.
Correct.
Can I so it's basically, it's just empty. Is that, or is it, do I assume it's empty, or is that just all I can see from where I am?
It's pretty shallow and empty, just covered in brown mold.
Can I see if there's can I do a investigation to see if there's something I'm missing?
You can. Where are you standing? Are you standing?
I'm in the doorway. I haven't entered the room yet.
Okay.
Wait. Well, in my investigation, does that also cover checking for traps?
Yes,
or do I have to do...
your investigation would determine location of traps if they exist.
Okay, I just wanted to make note of that. Okay, I'm about to do it. 16.
Without entering the room any more than what you already have, you cannot.
Yep.
You 100% know for a fact there's no trapdoors, there are no other secret passages or items, and it's just brown mold all the way around.
Can I now enter the room and check again?
You can walk 15 feet to kind of the end of the hall to get past. Okay. So you do so,
Yep.
and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
What the fuck? 18.
So as you get closer as you go deeper into the room, you hear a and you notice a lot of spores shoot up from the ground and the walls all around you. You have no effectiveness to this as of right now.
I'm gonna get the fuck out of there.
All right, what is the rest of the group doing?
Were me and Eldritch able to see all that transpire?
So you do you have dark vision?
No, if nothing else, Lucan comes out. I go, Lucan, what was that?
So yeah, you see him kind of look closer, and you see him go down, and then you hear him yell, "What the fuck?" and then come you running out.
All right. I'm just gonna assume that there's nothing good in there, and then suggest that we make our way back up to the ground floor and regroup with everybody else.
Don't you think there's any like treasure in here or something?
Did you see anything?
Oh no.
Then probably not.
Fury, you should go look.
Can I make did you say nature check? I would like to see if like I can learn anything about the brown mold, or like I don't know if it's like to deter people from treasure, kind of like a protection.
Sure.
Nature?
You can do a nature and a history.
All right. Nature, I rolled a dirty 20. And the other whatever you told me to roll for. What was the other one you told me to roll for?
History.
History, I rolled a 9.
Okay. So as far as mold trapping or like protecting other treasures, you can't recall of any time you've ever came across this. However, for the mole of what you know, one second. While he's doing his research, Joe, what are you doing?
Where am I during all this?
You are just in the cellar. Kind of now we're back where Lucan is.
I'd say Lucan's a little pussy and go check it out myself.
All right, and you just like walk down the hall.
Yep.
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I guess I never pulled up my dice. Give me 1 second here. I rolled a 12.
Yep. 1 second. Can someone get Micah back up to date?
All that happened was Lucan opened the secret door in the cellar. A gust of cold air came out. He saw brown mold. I'm currently in the process of remembering or learning stuff about it. He went inside, spores shot up. He got out of there without any damage. And then Fury called him a pussy, and then he started to walk inside of it. And that's where we're at.
Wait, so are we fighting something?
No,
No,
it's just a room.
no.
Okay.
Also, so when I was trying to learn more about it, I'd asked Corey if it was used as like a kind of defense mechanism to keep people away from treasure. But also now that I'm thinking, maybe it's just like with that cold air, maybe it's just to keep shit cold.
I will not give you a check. That is correct. That is what it's used for, typically.
Okay.
As for Joe, sorry for the wait. Joe or Fiora, you take 7 points of damage due to the fungus spores.
I yell back at Fury that it doesn't even hurt. Or not Fury, at Lucan, sorry.
I bet you can't stay in there for like 5 minutes.
What do I get if I do?
2 gold.
I want my 10 gold back that I lost to you last week.
How much?
10.
That was like a way bigger like deal though. This is like a smaller scale thing.
That sucks.
All right, I'll bet you 10 gold for 10 minutes.
Deal. And I walk further into the room.
I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
$16.
This time, you take 0 points of damage. Alright, a minute passes by. What do you do?
What can I all see in there besides what Lucan has seen already?
Nothing more than what he already sees. Like, brown mold covers all walls, ceiling, floor. Like, there's very little footage not covered by this mold.
I start the mold on fire.
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw with a disadvantage.
So that's the same one. Okay. Ouch. Natural 1.
You take 13 points of damage.
Does anything happen to the mold?
It's starting to burn away, but since it's like moist, damp, wet, cold area, it's a slower burn because it's not tender.
But it is burning, though.
It's slowly burning, yes. It will definitely burn longer than the 5 minutes you have to go. The 5 minutes you were going for. The second minute goes by, or the third minute goes by.
I walk out of the room and tell Lucan he's lucky that we haven't healed since our battle with Strahd.
Another 10 gold, baby.
I very angrily hand them over the gold. Who has some spell slots left?
Not I.
Well, we should really think about taking a rest here at some point because I am depleted on health and spell slots.
What time is it?
So you probably
Game
got
time.
to... Yeah. You probably got to the Markovs at about noonish. So it's about 6 o'clock at this time or so.
All right,
starting to set. You got about half an hour to an hour left of sunlight.
Let's.
Was there bed chambers in the winery?
Yes, there were.
Otherwise, I was gonna say we can make our way back to the Markovias camp, and stay there for the night. They potentially would have some food for us.
Do you not remember what was outside?
They all scattered.
Did they?
Yeah. When whoever it was killed the dude on top of the winch, they all ran away into the forest, I believe.
Well, maybe that would be the best course of action because I need a rest.
As do I.
Yeah, I agree with you.
As Lucan's there, like stuffing his face with the mushrooms that are crisped on the floor.
I do want to see what happens to this room as soon as we burn all the spores, though.
Yeah. So after about 10 minutes or so, if you were to go back in the room, it's all just ashes everywhere, but it's just a cellar. It looked like it used to be kind of a hidden storage. For other items, but if you're looking for a trapdoor or any extra treasure, this is not the place to have it.
Even if I did an investigation check?
Even if you do an investigation check.
Alright, then we're done here.
I don't know if I believe you, Corey.
What?
I'm just kidding. You're just like very clear that there's nothing here. No, you're not. I'm not making fun of you.
I know. I just, like, we've done like 2 already, and you guys would have found it by now.
I know. All right, let's make our way back to the Markovs.
I want to search the room one last time.
All right.
Do this.
Sir Eldridge strolls into the room very elegantly, like he has some kind of purpose this time.
And that would be dirty 20.
Again, as you look around, you are very disgusted. But all that is left in this room is ashes from the burnt funguses, mold. And
hey, pretty boy. Lucan bets you 20 gold pieces that you can't stay in there overnight.
I'm fine. It's not my place to hang out anyway.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that we can go get a hot meal at the Markovias.
And I start leading us that way.
Okay.
I follow.
No, so follow.
So as you guys leave the winery and you start walking back, it takes about 30 minutes or so. At this point, by the time you get back to the camp, it is past sunset. And you're greeted by... What's her name? Stefina. You're greeted by Stefina, the daughter of Davian. So, is it done? Is it cleared?
Yes, we were able to clear all the blights from the winery. After fighting some druids, the remaining ones all fled into the forest.
I see. Well, it's not safe out here any longer than we need to be. Let's pack up and go back to the winery.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Fortify it, and then we'll make you guys all a hot meal.
All right, that sounds good.
Done.
So the camp, the family packs up, obviously, and they start heading back to the vineyard. They all enter in through the horse carriage entrance, and Stefina quickly goes to the kitchen and starts cooking, making a stew of some sorts, while the others in the family start to go to other exits and board them up for the night, making sure they are secure. While they are all prepping for the night, what would you guys like to do?
Hey, Fury.
I help them out to board up stuff.
Okay.
Hey, Fury.
Ditto.
Yes,
Fury.
Lucan.
You got a second before we eat?
For what?
Just to talk?
About?
Well, are me and like Fury kind of like in private right now or not?
For the most part, yeah. I picture you guys are kind of like in the dining room connected to the kitchen. So like everyone
Okay.
else is off doing their own thing. So for the most part, it's private.
Come outside with me.
Why?
Am I within earshot?
No.
Just come. I'm gonna. Come on, let's go.
Why can't you just say it here?
Do you want your 20 gold back?
Sure.
Then come outside.
Give me the 20 gold first.
Listen how this works.
Give me the 20 gold first.
I'll give you the 20 gold. On this condition.
I don't care about the condition. Give me my 20 gold.
The condition is I'll give you your 20 gold if you tell me what you seen a couple weeks ago back at the crossroads at the gallows.
I walked directly inside of the kitchen. Does it just mirror the music getting really choppy?
I'm stopping it, yeah.
Okay.
Lucan, Fury. Lucan, do you want to
I'm just
follow
gonna
that?
bummed out, but I'll go. I'll go up to I'll go up to the bedroom area and like kind of see what I don't know, maybe just like explore around and see if there's like a bed that looks good for the night, or
Sure.
just kind of wander around the sleeping quarters.
So while the others, Stefina's in the kitchen still cooking the stew, the others are kind of boarding up the windows. Lucan makes his way kind of upstairs, looking past at the battle that happened just a few hours before. There's some twigs on the floor and some vines here and there. You're assuming from the blights that you all fought. You're in the main brewery cellar, or not cellar, but main brewery portion. As you walk up the stairs, you make your way, turn around, and you continue to walk up. And you come back to the 3 bedrooms. One with the printing press in it, where they obviously made the labels for all the drinks. And then 2 smaller bedrooms with 4 bunk beds. Or 2 bunk beds, 4 beds in each. And then there's the kitchen and dining room where you came out of.
Can I see that from up in the bedroom area?
The kitchen and dining room?
Yeah.
Yep. You can, yeah,
Okay.
there it's kind of connected through a big door at the bottom.
Where's sorry. Go ahead.
And then also up there is the master bedroom, which you all have been in.
Okay.
That's kind of the sleeping quarters for the night.
Is Esmeralda anywhere around?
Esmeralda was out just helping box up all the other windows and boxes, or windows and doors,
Okay.
fortifying for the night.
I'll just kind of stay up there and like think to myself and like watch and see, like kind of just wait for supper to be ready.
Sure. As time goes by, you sit up there for about 20 to 30 minutes. You kind of lose yourself in daydreaming. The rest of the group, as you all finished up boarding up the doors and windows, you make your way back to the kitchen, kind of helping Stefina with whatever she needs to do with setting the table, getting bowls out, cleaning off the table for everyone to eat at. And then you kind of hear Luke, and you kind of hear a yell coming from down below. You assume that it's nothing other than everybody calling you to come and eat.
What does the yell sound like?
It was, Neff, what was the yell sound like?
Kind of sound like, "Hey, gay boy!"
I join in. Hey, gay boy! Look around. I didn't know you guys had nicknames.
As Luke and Effie comes down, he sits down. The Davina, or not Davina,
Stefina?
no, not Steph. The lead, Markovia, the father, Davian, kind of stands up, addresses the group of heroes, thanks them for. I'd like to thank you for saving our vineyard and letting us come back and stay another night. Will you all bow your heads and say grace with me? And everyone bows head, grabs a hand next to them, and the whole entire Markovias, Martikov family, they all at once just go, "Caw!"
Jesus.
and bring their heads up, and that's it.
Meta, I was really, really hoping that's what was going to happen, so thank you. What are we eating?
Everyone just quietly starts eating.
What are we eating?
It looks to be
Poultry?
No, it's like a mushroom stew, kind of brown liquid.
On a scale of 1 to 20, how good is the food tasting?
About 11, 12. It's
Pretty
not like
shit, then.
it's not terrible, but you've had better.
Have I had better at in Barovia?
Everybody but you. I'm sorry, this goes to everyone but you. It's just good enough to not complain about it.
But me?
Sir Eldridge, you would totally complain about it.
I don't even know what to say. I guess I take the my first spoonful and I kind of sip it loudly, like you would with professional soup. It's soup, right?
It's a stew.
So yeah. So I kind of slurp it up, and then I just start going with the most disgusted face on my with the most disgusted face as I look up. I'm assuming everyone's looking at me at this point, and I go,
"Yes, yep.
It's a bit hot."
I didn't think it was that spicy.
I've got a mild palate.
Who am I sitting next to?
So it's kind of the adventures in the family.
It's just we're all around. Is it is it a long table? Or...
It's a longer table. You took the only empty spot left, which was between Fury and Nith.
Okay.
Sir Eldridge sits on the other side. So it goes from left to right. Fury, Lucan, Nith, Sir Eldridge, and then Esmeralda on one end.
Hey, Ness.
Yeah.
I'm saying this in a whispering tone.
Sure.
Do you remember that they had some information to divulge? Do you think now is an appropriate time to ask for that, or?
I say let's wait for. Sorry, let me turn off my sound. Let's wait for dessert.
Okay. Is there wine too? I'm assuming. Or not?
As you say this,
Well, that was.
Elver-
I'm asking you that question.
no, you did not say meta. So as you say this, Elver, the fourth youngest son, stands up. Oh, where are my manners? Quickly gets up, runs off and upstairs. You hear something getting thrown around, scrambling through, and he comes back with 2 bottles of dragon blood. And he starts pouring a glass and setting one out. I am so sorry. I've been holding this for an occasion. It's 5 years aged.
Thank you. I'm gonna down my glass and then ask for another one.
He just looks at you in shocked, and he's like, he's kind of speechless.
It was really good. Can I have another cup?
As you promised not to chug it. Like I said, this is 5 years aged. Enjoy it.
Oh, sorry. I was just very parched, and it was so good.
That's what the water's there for, sir. And he kind of takes your glass with kind of like a little more of a pull, kind of with some. He has some emotion behind it. Pours a smaller glass this time. Swirls it around, smells it, and then hands it back to you.
Okay, I'm just content to sip this glass now that I pounded one.
Got it. So, Davian.
So is this all you guys have for wine in the place, or are we getting drunk tonight?
This is all we have. We've been a little slow with production lately, and we need to get some deliveries out to some towns. Those are to go out tomorrow. Other than that, we haven't been able to keep up with our production.
Where do you where are your deliveries headed?
Dag, Stefina's husband, speaks up. One goes to the Blue Water Inn in Vallaki. The other one goes to Kresk. We're a few days behind, so we might need to get those going. But that's all to happen tomorrow. Tonight, we rest and not think about the tragedies.
I know we don't want to talk about it, but before we came to your aid, you said you would divulge more information to us if we helped you, and we held up our end of the bargain.
Yes. We have. Tomorrow morning over breakfast, we will all get up and talk about what you need to know.
Why not now?
There is a lot to talk about, and it is getting late. It has been a long day, and you all need to rest.
Well, if we had more wine, we could stay up longer, but...
Elver has polished off the first bottle by handing it around, and is about halfway through the second bottle. And he kind of looks at it and then looks at you. I'm afraid this is all we have.
What if
What
I
about
told
what's in the What about what's in the big? I don't know what they're called.
The
Bins?
vats.
Yeah, vats.
Those go out to towns tomorrow. Those will be packaged up tomorrow morning and sent out.
Would it
What if I
hurt to
told
just
you to
dip
help
into it a
you-
little bit?
Speak?
No.
You gonna shut up, Lucan? Can I speak?
Can you speak?
Yeah, you keep interrupting me. You're gonna shut up?
Yeah. Sorry.
I look at the guy and I tell him, "What if I could help you with your problem of your grapes not growing properly?"
I'd love to hear what you have to say, but I assure you can't help with this problem.
Will you break out that wine if I do?
You know what? I will most certainly break out the wine if you can help.
And I want to hear everything about this place tonight.
Meta, what did Joe just say? I missed it. Like, what did he say? Like before breaking out the wine? Jesus, Trevor. My God.
I told
Sorry.
Beating the rapper too?
You mean you guys haven't muted him yet?
I told the guy we're talking to that I can help him with his wine problem, or not his wine problem, his grape problem of it not growing properly anymore.
Gotcha.
All right.
Hey man, we all have that issue. I mean, it's... Sorry, I'm gonna go back to my soup.
Let's if you are so persistent, I guess we can talk about it tonight.
Why don't you go grab some wine and I will start working on this. This is my first time doing this spell, so we'll see how it goes.
Let me tell you the history first, and then we'll see if your spell can work. Because, like I said, I don't think you'll be much help.
I still want that wine.
You agree to the wine after.
I want that wine while listening. I'm gonna use a persuasion check on him.
Roll.
Okay, I'm doing that. My persuasion roll is a 21.
Like I said, you'll get this wine after we discuss what makes them grow.
You're a stubborn little bastard, aren't you?
I interject and say, ignore him. Why don't you go ahead and share with us?
Of course. This vineyard has been in our family for hundreds of years. It was given to the Kroshiaks a while back by Strahd himself. The Markovs married into that family a few hundred years ago, and since then has taken over and now run the vineyard and winery. Obviously, you know the land here is cursed. It's not quite the easiest thing to make things grow sometimes. A while back, we were presented with 3 gems that let us profit off the land. A red one, a green one, and a blue one. The red one was for the Dragon Crush, the green one was for the Dustomp, and the blue one was for Grape Smash number 3. Each one can kind of controlled its own vine. If you guys have ever noticed, we no longer make Dustomp. That is because 10 or so years ago, a gem was stolen. Since
That
then,
was the blue. That was the blue gem.
That was the green one. We kept it hidden for a while. We just never produced it anymore. Everything was fine up until a few months ago. We then had the red one stolen. So there's no more Dragon Crush or Dragon's Blood. All we have left is the Grape Smash number 3. And
how long ago was the red gem stolen?
2 months ago, when the attacks first started from the blights. We don't know 100% where they are coming from, but we think someone's in charge. Some say it's Baba Yasha, the witch in the swamp area of Brezk. But we're not 100% sure. We don't even know what they would need the gem for.
What did you say the witch's name was?
Baba Yaska.
Well, when we were fighting the blights, there was humans that were like controlling them, and we took a few of them out.
The forest people. Yep, like some other places, they are known as druids. They are just henchmen of Baby Yaska, or Baba Yaska. Baba Yaska is a hag, a witch, some call.
And where does she reside?
The swamps of Brezk.
And why do you think Baba Yaska would want these gems?
I honestly have no idea.
Are they good for much else other than growing grapes?
That we don't know, because they've only grown grapes for us. We've never put their use to anything else. It could be some life force or life. It could be some. I don't know. I quite frankly, we've inherited it, obviously, and we've just always done our thing of grapes.
What did you actually have to do in order to make them, like, make the grapes grow? Did you just have to be like in possession of them? Did you have to cast a spell? How did you exactly use these?
They just stay buried in the ground. We kept them at the base of the vineyard, the vine.
Okay.
And at that, fruit was produced. Up until they are dug out of the ground.
And Baba Yaska has both of the other 2 fields gems?
Just one of the gems. We don't know whatever happened to the one 10 years ago. Erwin.
But there
was on watch.
Is he the one you guys hate?
Davian kind of just and just keeps his head down while this whole story is going on. Dad kind of speaks and he goes like, "Don't hate. We love him very much. He kind of just ran off on his own because he thought that we hated him. But he's made
You guys still do business with him, though, correct?"
At this point, Adrian kind of speaks up and yes, we do business with him, but And at this time, he's kind of whispering, kind of away from Davy.
So there are
Away from the father, and it's like
3 wines, but only 2 gems? Question mark? No, there's 3 gems. So okay, so the green gem was stolen 10 years ago.
correct.
One of them went to did one of the other remaining 2 go to Baba Yaska, or both of them to Baba
One
Yaska?
went to Baba Yaska. The other one, still, as far as we know, sits here.
Gotcha.
Have you checked?
At this point, they're kind of all concerned and didn't think of this yet. And they all look at each other, and then Stefina kind of gives a head nod to the children, and 2 of her children go running out of the door into the vineyard.
Do you have any? What would be your best guess as to what happened to the green gem 10 years ago?
At this point, Davian is getting very frustrated with this story and conversation. He kind of stands up, looks at everyone. Good night, good night, good night, and walks out.
Was he the one we were primarily... Meta, is he the one we were primarily speaking with?
No.
Okay.
You're speaking to Elvira and Adrian.
Okay.
Talking to those 2, then once Davian has left.
Still there? Yep. Okay.
No, we didn't mean to.
What was the question? Sorry.
I was just saying I'm talking to the Adrian and Elvira after or whoever the main 2 were talking to after Davian left. Just talking to them. We didn't mean to upset him. We're just trying to better understand, everything going on since we helped you. Kind of regain your.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So just wanted to fully understand things since we helped you, and if we were to continue helping you to fully regain or take your winery back to what it once was for the people of Barovia.
Corey?
Yep. Sorry, I for some reason it switched audio devices for me. Can you hear me? Or you could hear me the whole time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Could you, Corey, hear me, Jacob?
Now I can.
Okay, all I said was I was talking to those 2, said I don't, didn't mean to upset your father. We're just trying to better understand everything going on here. Since we helped you, rid your winery.
I understand. It's a very touchy subject for him, so he doesn't. Especially the one with the green one that was under Irwin's watch. To this day, we have no idea of what happened to it. So
why do you guys say it was under Irwin's watch? I thought don't you just leave him in the ground at all times?
Yes, but we still have a watcher every night or shifts just to watch the ground, just in case. You never know when you have kids or varmints coming up and trying to steal grapes or such. Hello.
Meta, they sent those other two kids out to search for the third gem to make sure that wasn't stolen, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
They haven't came back yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, while we are not free labor, we do believe in helping people and defeating evil. So for the other missing stone, we would, at least I would be willing to help you guys further.
I am willing to help.
At this time, the two kids come back running in. This time they are covered in mud / dirt. Just a mess, as if it looks like they were digging. And they just have this panic look on their face as they look at all of their family members and just shake their head no.
It's gone.
Yes, I believe it's gone. We are out of production, people. At this time, one of the kids holds out a shard of like black wood. And Adrian takes it, looks it over. Yester Hill.
What is Yester Hill?
I'm afraid what some of the stuff we've been telling you is possibly wrong. So, Baba Yasta, or Baba Yasha. Did I say Yasta or Yasha? Yasta? Okay.
Rastafarian?
Yep. Baba Rasta is the witch who stole the gem a few days ago, or a few months ago. I'm afraid to say that it wasn't her that stole the last gem. I believe it's some more of those druids or forest people that stole it. You can tell by the Galantis tree here. And he holds out that black shard of wood.
Aren't they working for Baba Yaska?
Some of them do, but this is an entire different gang, I guess you could call it. They have their own deeds and goals in mind.
Were they the ones that we cleared out?
Most likely, yes. It looks like there are more of them that live. Jesus, Trev.
What? Are you guys like getting a bunch of background noise or something?
Yeah.
What? Like, sorry, Well, I can't even mute myself.
Yeah, you can. If you click into the open voice channel at the bottom, there's a little on the bottom left. There's a microphone that you can.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna mute myself now for a little bit.
As I was saying earlier, I would be willing to help you, and potentially finishing off the rest of these druids at what was it called?
Yester Hill.
Yester Hill. Finishing them off at Yester Hill probably wouldn't be too difficult as long as you were able to give us any information about that place if you have any information.
Yes.
Again, this could wait till the morning if that.
Yep.
since
At
it's
this
being
time, Adrian speaks up and goes, "We can get you that information. Let's sleep on all this as of right now and resume in the morning and see what else we have to learn."
Sounds good. Where would you like us to sleep?
There is. We have a bedroom upstairs we can house you all in. We can roll in a few extra cots if you'd like. Bunk beds, there's 4 of them, so just 1 extra cot will do, I'm assuming.
Sounds good. You also made the comment when the children return that we have no protection. Will we need people kind of monitoring throughout the night?
We don't worry about that. We will have our system that we've been using for quite a while, as long as it's a quiet night. If anything happens, we will for sure wake you.
All right. Well, in that case, why don't you lead the way to the bedroom?
Sure. So at this point, Elvire is leading the group, walks you into the big hall with all the vats, up the center stairs, around, and back up a few more stairs to where the bedrooms lie. And in the second room, closest one to the press where they make the wine, he kind of opens the door and points to it. There's 4 kind of safes to hold stuff, and then there's 2 sets of bunk beds. He points in and he's like, "I'll come back with the cot if you'd still like that."
I take a bottom bunk.
Esmeralda chimes up. She goes, "Yes, that would be nice, please."
Actually, I want to revise. I take a top bunk.
As you jump in, it just bows like no other's business. Like, as it looked like it's about to fall at any moment on the bottom bunk.
Meta, have you seen the movie
I'll
Black
take another
Sheep?
top bunk.
That's exactly how it is from Black Sheep. That's how I was picturing it.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Good. Okay. A few minutes later, Elvira comes back in with a folded up cot and some blankets. Here you go, and gives it to Esmeralda. She kind of just pops it up, throws it in the corner, away from the bunk beds. Good night, y'all.
Does he not make comment of the fact that the bunk beds are the way they are?
Nope.
Okay. I slide underneath one of them, just kind of shimmy in.
Underneath one of who?
One of the bottom bunks.
Who? Okay. So, Nith is on a top bunk. Who else is on a top bunk?
Lucan.
Lucan. All right. And so Fury and Sir Eldridge are both on bottom bunks. Who has the staff?
The black one.
The black one. Is that Fury or Lucan?
I don't remember.
I do not think I have it.
I think Lucan has it. Trevor, you're on mute if you're trying to talk.
Yeah, I think I have it.
Okay. All right. So upon that, you all go to bed.
Oh, shit. Corey, sorry, Meta.
Yeah.
Did you add that to my thing?
Nope. Just hold on.
Okay.
Please tell me we get a full rest.
You all get full rest, but before you guys wake up, Lucan, You have an unpeculiar dream. It's just constantly pitch black. There's an old decrepit tree and constant lightning in the background. The whole entire dream is just that. You cannot move. You cannot say anything, and you cannot like turn your head and look around. You just constantly see this tree pitch black in the middle of the night with lightning striking all around it. You try to wake yourself up and you cannot. You continue to watch this, what seems to be 5, 6, 7 hours of nonstop lightning strikes in a dead tree. On the 8th hour, you finally wake up. When you wake up, you look down at your hand and you see the black staff before you. However, vines have started to grow out of the black staff and into your hand. As you look into your hand, you see the black vines continue to flow up your arm inside of your skin.
Nobody else sees this, right?
Nope, because he's on top bunk. Anything?
Can I see what's going on? Or like,
Nope.
is he like tossing and turning, making any noises?
He's not making any noises. He was still throughout the whole night. No movement.
Is he muted again?
No, I'm just like, guys,
Do you get up when you say this?
no,
You just hold still?
yeah,
Okay.
Nith, Fury, wake up.
I hop out of bed due to the distress in his voice.
What do you want?
I have a problem.
Well, fix it then.
The staff is growing into my arm.
What do you mean the staff is growing in your arm?
Look at it.
Is Meta or whatever, is Fury like laying down, or is he starting to like stand up?
It's up to Lucan.
Fury.
Oh, Fury?
It's up to
Yeah, whatever. Fury has.
I'm not looking at all. I'm just sitting there.
I grab him and then just kind of like hoist him up in a seated position to like see what's going on.
Nith, can you lower me down?
No, I'm lifting up Fury so he sees you. And then I lower him down, and then I like pick you up and lower you down.
As you pick up Lucan, the vines growing out break. The vines
Is
that
it
you
painful?
Nope, not painful. The vines you could see that you could have seen growing in your arms slither away deep into your arm, and they can no longer be seen. However, you are now attuned to this staff.
Huh. That'd look fun.
Oh, shit.
Did it hurt?
Not really.
So, real
What,
quick.
you want us to cut that arm off?
I think we should just cut the whole body in pieces. You don't know where those things are hiding. For all we know, he could become possessed.
So Lucan, if you look at your inventory now, and you do a refresh, you will see the staff.
Yeah.
I can actually atone it real quick for you too.
Guys, so, yeah, I don't feel anything different really right now, but all last night I was, like, trapped in my own dream. And it was just this tree with, like, this black tree with, like, lightning all around it. And that's, like, all it was.
What do you think it means?
Meta, do I have a full rest or yes?
I'll get back to you on that. You guys continue to talk.
Well, seeing as this this staff was from the same people as the people from Yester Hill, it makes me wonder if you dreamt of Yester Hill, maybe. Describe your dream again.
It was the same thing over and over. It was just
just a big tree with lightning.
Yeah, it was just this black tree, this dead-looking tree that had just lightning.
Was it the same same type of black as the staff?
All right. So Lucan, real quick, you do feel okay.
Okay.
I do need you to make a Constitution saving throw, though.
Oh, son of a bitch. There it is, sorry. 15.
Ooh. You are fine.
Ooh. Meta, am I gonna have to do that like every morning?
I am not saying anything because I don't know everything about it yet.
Oh. Okay.
Well, should we go track down those stones?
Is it the same? Just a follow up. Is it the same? Not cutting you off. Is it the same like black tree as black staff? Like, could the staff be from that tree? Do you
Am I able to make that assumption, Corey?
Ooh.
Make an investigation.
11.
So you notice the darkness of the tree matches the darkness of the staff you have. So yes, you can make the assumption that the two could be related.
I think it seems to appear to come from that tree, but I don't really know where that tree is. I mean, if that's like in that what was that area called?
Yester Hill.
Yester Hill, yeah.
Well, seeing as we got it off of one of the people from Yester Hill, it very well might be there.
Do you think there's any chance that they could have both the red and the blue gems?
No, they said Baba Yaska has one of them.
Well, to me it just seems odd that like the three gems would be split up and stolen by three different people. Like, that just doesn't seem right to me.
Well, if one was stolen 10 years ago, chances are, like, whoever stole that one... Well, you'd think they would have tried to steal the other two, like, right away, and they wouldn't have waited 10 years.
Anybody else feel like they might be leaving something out of their story?
Maybe, I don't know.
One thing I know, I think they still owe us the second half of their payment for like clearing this place out. So before we agreed to like rescue the other gems, I think we need the rest of our payment, and we need to. I think the price needs to be right before we agree to help them.
Are we really in it about the money, or?
Well, like I mentioned last night, we're not free labor, but at the same time,
Well,
we're not.
I get not doing it for free, but I mean,
I agree. It's not the
like
only.
we're trying to extort.
Yeah, extort them.
Well, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean to sound like we were extorting them, but I feel like there's a lot of money in wine, and I just want to be making sure we're being fairly compensated for the amount of work we're doing for them.
Yeah, and they have, it sounds like they're kind of at a rough patch financially with their the one stone being stolen a while ago, and now just kind of running on reserves for the. So I don't know how much they'll be able to give us, but potentially, if there's anything in terms of like future payment.
Meta, I gotta go take my trash out before I forget. I'm going AFK.
Either way, I think I agree. Receive the rest of our payment, and then in terms of future payments, we can, I think, work with them. But I don't know what you guys think.
I think we should just ask them if we do this, they give us free wine forever.
Well, unless you plan on being in Barovia forever, Fury, I don't think that's a great idea.
Well, as long as we're here.
Which is hopefully not much longer.
Well, maybe you'll die here and become a vampire. We don't know that.
I'm just giving Fury like just a look of like, wow, you're such an idiot.
I get dressed and go down to breakfast.
All right. As you walk downstairs back the same path that Elvire took you guys yesterday, you walk into the kitchen, and Stefina has definitely gotten a jump on the day. It seems that she's already set the table, it's all prepped, and she's making a huge batch of what appears to be some kind of oatmeal. Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Just have yourself a seat at the table, and we'll all be ready in just a few moments.
Sit down.
Few moments go by. Dag, Elvire, and Adrian make their way to the table. Davian has not showed up yet, since you haven't seen him since he left last night. And then the children of Stefina also start to show up. All four of them. The 14-year-old, the 8-year-old, the 5-year-old, and then Dag had the 11-year-old with him. Or 11-month-old with him. At this time, Stefina is walking around the table, starting to dish out oatmeal into everyone's bowls. She fills up the bowls of the 5 others, or the 4 others. Esmeralda shortly shows up after the bowls being set and dished out. Where are the other three?
I'm still in the bedroom.
As in, like-
Have you touched the staff or placed it or like grabbed it?
No, I'm just kind of looking at it.
Okay.
As I'm looking at it, though, I'm gonna slowly reach out and like touch it.
All right. As you reach out and like you touch it with a finger or you touch it with your hand, like you grab it.
I'm gonna like touch it with a finger first, and then if nothing happens after touching it with a finger, I'll grab it.
All right. You touch it with the finger. Staff moves like from your reaction of touching it with your finger. You didn't feel anything. Nothing else came off of it, like no vines or anything. If that's what you're looking for.
What about when I grabbed it?
When you grab it, as you take a nice firm grab of it, you kind of feel some liquid between your hands, a thicker liquid between your hands.
Okay.
But yeah, as of right now, you're still grabbing the staff.
Okay, I'm just gonna set it back down.
As you set it back down, as you pulled away, it's as if like this red sap came off of it onto your hands. Your whole hand is covered in this thick red liquid, a little sticky. However, if you look on the staff, there's no sign of this liquid.
Okay. I'm gonna just like wipe my hand off. And is anyone else in the room still?
Sir, Eldridge and Fury can be in the room.
No, I'm at the dining table.
I was also down at breakfast.
Okay. Yep, just you.
Okay, I'm gonna wipe my hand off and then just go down to breakfast.
Where do you wipe your hand off?
On Fury's bed.
Okay. It definitely looks like a bloody handprint on the bed.
Okay.
And yeah.
And then, hey, wait. Can I? Is like the rest of our equipment and stuff? Is that still up in the room?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, do we have our packs and everything? Like, are those still up in the room?
I have it with me.
I kind of assume you guys just take it all with you if you can carry it.
Oh. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna, like, when I wipe it, I'm gonna try and do it as like in a like make a handprint and then kind of drag it, and then I'm gonna like write like
We know.
we know. Yeah, I'm gonna write we know
Okay.
in like bloody sap like next to it.
Sure.
What language are you writing it in? Common?
Common.
Or...
Yeah, common.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. You go downstairs, join the rest of the group. They're all like about halfway through of eating their oatmeal. Adrian's clearly is eating with a purpose and gets done with his oatmeal before everybody else. He looks up at you all, specifically at Nith. Where were we yesterday?
Who looks at me?
Adrian, the oldest son.
We were talking about Yester Hill, and if we decide to go there to finish off the rest of the blights and potentially locate that gem, we just want as much information about it before heading there.
Well, from my research and resources, it is to the southwest of here, up the path, and then a little off into the woods. Eventually, you'll come to a large clearing with this large. I'm afraid to say man-made hill, but definitely not natural hill. Built up perfectly in a sphere, 300 feet high, with a path spiraling all the way around to the top. There you'll find the worship grounds of the forest people. Numbers I can't get an exact number on, but I would say 20 or so. And with that comes many more blights of vine and twigs.
Can you tell us anything about the forest people?
Like, what do you mean about?
So, what is their purpose? What is their?
Some
are they native to Barovia? Like what is?
Yes, they are. Yes. If that's what you're looking for, yes, they are native to Barovia before Barovia was Barovia. The nation of Barovia was once called Ceranos by the forest people and the mountain people, but was later renamed to Delmore after the Great War. Shortly after man first came here. And then shortly later, after man has settled and made a claim, Strahd came striding in and took over and renamed Barovia and broke it off from the rest. To this day, you seem to have a civil war between the forest people. Some of them worship the great gods that their ancestors once worshipped thousands of years ago, and others now worship the new god, Strahd.
Do you know how Strahd feels about them?
He welcomes everybody. Anybody who's on his side, he welcomes. Of course, he's okay with it. It's another set of eyeballs that he can use.
Why does Strahd leave you guys alone?
I wouldn't really say he leaves us alone. We have our fights and battles. I'd say we're far from left alone, really. We seem to be the only people trying to do something against Strahd.
I'm just gonna nod in approval at that.
Anybody else?
Sorry, I missed out for like the last 5 minutes of doing something.
Can I help you with any other questions that you may need of Yester Hill?
I'm gonna take their silence as a no.
Well, then upon
I just
that,
shake my head no.
good luck then.
Meadow, which of the siblings are we talking to right now?
Adrian.
Adrian, one thing before we go, I think you still owe us half of our payment from taking back the winery.
Right, yes. What did we agree on again?
Meta, do you remember?
Meta, I don't.
Wasn't it 15 platinum each?
How about...
Meta, I think it was 500 gold, like for the whole crew.
to divvy
And
up?
we- and-
100 gold each?
Did we get 50 and we got 50 up front? Or no?
No, I think he paid us 250 up front.
Okay, yeah. So yeah. So
Very
he still
well.
owes us 250.
Does that sound right?
At this point, Adrian leaves
Yeah.
for a little bit, and he comes back holding a big sack of gold. He counts it out and stacks 50 pieces of gold in front of each of you, including Esmeralda.
Thank you, sir.
I also realize that you guys are not in the best financial circumstances right now. But if we're able to...
but we made a deal, so...
Well, if we're able to procure what are these gems worth to you is what I mean, like, what do you think is a fair agreement for us per gem that we return to you?
I believe your gentleman here, as he points to Nith, said he's in the business of doing good, and you will help. We did not make an agreement on any payment.
I said I would be willing to help. I never said we definitively would.
I believe he said he was willing to help, not all of us.
And again, willing to help and fully agreeing to help are different.
Fair enough.
As Lucan pointed out, we understand that you're on tough times. So we can, work together to come to a fair agreement.
If you get the gems back, you'll be more than paid.
How about you give us a price per gem?
I wouldn't even know where to begin. They've always been in the ground for us. I don't even really quite know what they look like, to be honest.
Well, maybe we'll just keep them then.
Yeah, if nothing else, we can take them to a local merchant, and then you can fully understand their value when trying to buy them from him.
Get out.
While I said...
Get out. As you hear from the back of the room, Davian is standing in the doorway, heard all of that, noticing that you guys are trying to haggle the family more than what they have right now on their whole entire livelihood.
Oh, you
Leave.
heard the man. Get out of here.
I get up to leave. As I'm leaving, I just give them best wishes.
I follow.
I'm gonna scoff at Damien and say, like, how do you expect to make a living without these gems? You gonna go get them yourself, old man?
The future is now.
At this time, he kind of slams the door as you walk out. As you guys walk out into the vineyard, there are hundreds upon thousands of crows lined up on both sides, just creating a perfect path to leave the vineyard.
I think we should go get the gems and just not give it to them.
I would agree. There's potentially value there. I think ultimately we could get them and still sell to them.
I think we should get them and give them back to them, and maybe they'll give us free wine in return.
Oh, shut up.
I think the gems are worth more than wine. While I do want to do good, doing good for the sake of doing good does not put in my belly.
Maybe we can get paid.
Sir Eldridge, you of
And
all people should
then
know
have-
value.
The value of what? These gem things that have been in the ground? There.
No,
Obviously.
I mean, you're clearly used to living a life of luxury. Like, don't you want to be able to live like that again?
Oh, and I will when I get out of this hellhole.
See, the rest of us, we don't have, like, money to go back to. So excuse us if it means a little more to us.
Esmeralda at this point chimes up. Well, I used to have money that I could have gone back to, but you guys kind of owe me right now, don't you say?
Elaborate on that statement.
You mean Fury owes you?
Fury, you all are a part of the same group. I wouldn't put too much faith in Fury, so I'm putting it on all of you.
Well, I think putting faith on us to cover his obligations is probably foolish. We do not represent him.
Seeing as I've only known Fury for about a month and a half, I would agree with that.
So, what are we gonna do then?
Well, it
Fury,
sounds like from this conversation that
How
we need to
are
make
you-
some money.
how are you gonna get my wagon back?
That's not possible, and we both know that already.
Meta, didn't Fury give her... We gave her the magic dagger, didn't we? To make up for it?
Yeah, we did.
I thought that was a stepping stone to start
Technically,
making
yes, that
up
was
for it.
That was the start of it.
Okay.
Correct. So I have this dagger, but I assure you, it won't be too much use of me for much longer.
Well, that's really up to you and Fury to work out the details.
I tell you what. Fury, I'll do you a solid. Esmeralda, would you like this staff?
Oh, don't give her that. We're
Fury,
trying to
I'm
help
doing
her,
this to
not
help
kill her.
you.
You got fucking plants crawling in your arm.
Fury, I'm fine.
Meta
it
is
was just.
For once, Fury says the right things. I want nothing to do with that.
Meta. Can you give away stuff or trade stuff that's attuned to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Make it.
Well, where should we go for the first stone?
I would say to Yester Hill. They provided us information on them, and we were able to fairly easily take care of them. So it'll likely be more of the same.
Well, lead the way.
And so I do.
So you walk for a little bit.
Yep.
Yep.
Never mind.
No, what is it?
It's nothing. Let's go get the gem.
The trail through the thick woods leads to a hill covered with dead grass as you guys went the direction southwest from the vineyard, following the path. Dark, ominous clouds kind of gather high above, and a single bolt of lightning strikes the hilltop. West of the hill, the land, the woods, and the sky vanish behind a towering wall of fog.
Should we go check that
Does
out?
it look like my dream?
The lightning strike is kind of the only thing right now that crossed over. But even
Okay.
then, it was. You remember from your dream, it was continuous lightning, and this was just one single bolt for now.
Okay.
As you get closer, you notice this tall hill. It's kind of built in a terrace kind of way. It goes up the 300 feet, like Adrian stated. However, he didn't. He made it sound like it was kind of a like a cliff going straight up. This is more of a you have a layer that goes up 3 or 100 feet, and then you have a smaller layer on top of that, and a smaller layer on top of that, creating this each level in between layers of a winding road that goes all the way around to the top.
I'm
Well, should we go
following
to
the
the
group,
top?
but I'm kind of in the back of everybody.
Well, fuck you guys. At this point, Esmeralda kind of just walks past all of you and starts just leading up the hill. I get the gem. Do I make myself clear? I get the gem.
One
I pipe
gem.
in for the back.
I think we.
I
get
still
the gem.
think we should give it back to them.
You can have 1 gem.
Why does she get a gem for your mishap?
Because I've done plenty for you, I can give her a gem.
Name me 2 things you've done for me.
Healed you and kept you safe.
No. You're worthless.
I am great company to you. You would be nothing without me.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. And I also make my way, or follow her up, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Nith.
I'm also following.
Again, I'm in last.
I'm gonna be like right along Nith.
So Nith took over charge, or is Esmeralda still leading?
I guess I imagined I was still like a little bit behind her,
Okay.
but following up. Not necessarily directly, because I assume like she's like, oh, I'm going, and then so I'm assuming like I'm like 10 feet behind her.
Yep. At this point, she takes out her sword and her hatchet. As you guys walk up the first layer, the dirt trail kind of runs into 2 rings of runs into 2 rings of cairns, kind of dark obelisk pillars of rock. You would assume these are former or shrines of past forest people. Each cairn is 10-foot high mound of slimy black rock. As you take a closer look at it, Esmeralda, as she sees these, just takes a quick glimpse at the first one and continues. No hesitation, not even stop to look and study it.
Sorry, what is she studying?
She doesn't. She like these cairns on the side of the road or
What's
side of the trail.
What is that?
It's so it's spelled CAIRN. It's like a mound of rocks, kind of like a pillar or a shrine in a way.
Gotcha.
Oh, a Kareen.
Yes, that might be it.
No, I'm just fucking with you. I don't know.
As you notice, as you continue to go up the hill,
I want you to examine the rocks.
the rocks, as you examine the rocks, you notice that each one you go by seems to get older and older. Either has more dirt on it, or it has more moss growing on it, or it just seems to be a little more smoother.
Do they feel like they're part of a religious ceremony or a ritual? Do they seem religious at all?
You don't make a religion check.
Okay.
Is everything
7.
still dead? Oops, sorry.
7?
All you can assume is they're probably most likely burial mounds.
Okay.
Is all the vegetation and stuff like surrounding the path that we're going up, is that like, you said right away that all the grass was dead, is that still the case? Like, is it very like, can you describe like what we're seeing other than just these mounds? Like what's like the scene as we're going up this hill?
So at this point you're kind of hitting the top level of the trees as you've made it like one revolution around.
Okay.
As you continue, the grass continues to stay dead. The cairns continue to get older and older with age.
Are the trees dead?
There are no trees on this hill.
Oh. Sorry, I thought I heard you say trees.
You came out of the thick woods before hitting the hill,
Oh.
but there are no
Gotcha.
trees.
Gotcha. So it's very desolate then.
Very, yeah. Not deserty, but yeah, desolate. At this point, Esmeralda starts to slow down.
I'm just gonna say I got a bad feeling about this.
You said Esmeralda slows down?
She's starting to slow down, kind of more cautious. In a way, she is starting to sneak pretty good.
Like sneak ahead of us, or sneak as in she's actually silently sneaking?
She's actually silently sneaking.
I whisper to her, say,
Shut up!
I wish to mimic.
I
and
ignore it and continue whispering. If you want this gem to yourself, you can get it yourself, or we can share in it if you would like our help.
Or I get this gem, and you get the 2 others.
We only know of one other.
But there is a 3rd.
Well, then you can have that one if you insist.
I'm sorry, I have a wagon to replace. I get the 1st gem.
I do not agree to that. I'm sorry for your wagon, but that's not my fault. I'm not going to risk my life for your wagon.
Well, in the wagon had the tools to stop Strahd. Seeing that we are without it, makes pretty much seeing that we are without stopping Strahd. I believe that is our common goal here, don't you say?
I would agree. Our common goal is to defeat Strahd, not replace your wagon. If it is tools to defeat Strahd, we have weapons of our own to help take him down.
You have weapons of your own. What weapons? You are fighting the Lord of Darkness. Pure evil. Some say the devil himself. And you think you have the tools to stop him?
Well, I know you do not.
What have you done in your previous life to think that you can handle this?
I've done plenty.
Plenty. What have you done? What have you done?
You're not deserving of that.
I've
not
seen
deserving
mightier
of this
things than
information.
Strahd.
Again,
I'm
if
not
plain and
deserving of this
plain and simple.
I'm not
plain and
deserving
simple.
enough for Fury's information. I'm not deserving enough for any of your information.
Plain and simple.
You
If
guys don't
you-
even trust yourselves.
Plain and simple. Either you go and fight these all on your own, or you divide in the gains of our fight.
I like my odds. At this time, another lightning bolt strikes the top of the hill.
I walk towards where the lightning struck.
I'm with you, Nith.
Fury.
Aren't we all like? Is that up the hill, and that's what we're climbing towards?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming we just let them go ahead then.
Let who go ahead?
Meta, I'm talking to Nith.
Yeah, I stay back. Where at are we in terms of this circular hill?
You're about halfway, or maybe even 2/3 of the way up.
Okay.
You still have like one full revolution and then some to get to the top.
Okay.
I'm walking up still.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Nith and say, let's follow a ways back and just in case she needs our help.
I give him a acknowledging nod.
At this time, so I'm assuming Fury and Sir Eldridge passed Esmeralda and Nith having the conversation, correct?
I guess I'm kind of holding back, still following Esmeralda.
Okay, Esmeralda is still leading. Okay. She looks at the path in front of her, and then she looks at the top of the hill. She gets down on one knee, on her leg, and she starts messing with her prosthetic leg, her just covered in brass, and she screws a few things and twists one large item around on her foot, and her foot all of a sudden goes from what appeared to be kind of normal toes or normal shaped toes as any other foot to kind of a knife, a dagger coming out of the toes.
Like each individual toes, or like
Nope, just like instead of like the rounded toes of her prosthetic leg, it's just
Lady Wolverine style.
It's like a James Bond knife in the shoe style.
Lady Wolverine. I'll go with that one.
Sure, whatever. And she stops going up the path, and she turns to the hill, looking straight up. At this point, you've seen a total of probably 4 lightning strikes on the top of the hill since first arriving. She pulls out her hatchet, and she starts climbing up the rest of the hill.
I get...
She takes
Wait.
She takes a heavy kick with her prosthetic legs, and it kicks right into the ground. She, with her opposite arm from her leg, she throws her hatchet into throws it into the wall. And between those two, with another helping foot in hand, she continues to make her way up, slowly, carefully, making every move with precise, silent elegance.
So
And strategically.
Meta, she's not mountain climbing, she's not following a path anymore. She's literally mountain climbing up this thing.
I would say she's like earth, like she's climbing it like as if it's ice.
Yeah.
Climbing, but it's into solid earth. Yes.
Okay. Is there still a path we can take?
There's still a path.
Does it look like we can follow her by climbing up?
You can. You would assume it's very difficult not having the tools that she has.
Meta, what's
Got
up the
a
top of the
dagger.
hill?
You do not know.
I keep taking the path.
A
How
tree
far
that
away-
keeps on...
What do we see?
Yeah, I'm going to keep taking the path. But
At
I'm
this-
going to get my long sword and shield at the ready.
At this time, if you look up, you don't see anything over the hill. You're assuming everything sits in within a few feet of the edge of the hill. As you look at the path, all you see is it continuing to go up and around.
All right.
With more of those obelisk rocks leading the way.
Okay.
Continue down the path.
All right.
And I continue as well, kind of seeing that she's branched off. I hasten pace a little bit to rejoin Fury and Sir Eldritch, but still probably staying 10, 15 feet behind them.
Sure. As you walk a little farther down the path, getting closer to the top of the hill, but still not being able to see the top and what's on it, you hear a whisper of a deep voice carried with sounds like it's carried in the wind. Long have I waited, it says, for one who is worthy. Approach my monument such that I may take a look at you. At this time, if you look at the rocks on the edge of the hill that you've been following, there seems to be one quite larger than the rest. Stands about 15 feet, 5 feet more than the two next to it. And there seems to be a raven carved into the monument.
I walk up to it.
I approach it with humbleness, and I kneel before it.
Meta, is it a Strahd raven? That's it's into it?
A Strahd raven?
Yeah, like his...
like the symbol of Strahd.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
And
it was calling out to everybody? Or like no one in particular, I mean?
all of you heard it.
Okay. I also go to it.
Where is Lucan during this?
I'm gonna set my shield and sun sword like in front of me, so I'm not having it in my hands like ready to use. Like they're on the ground in front of me, kind of like yeah, you know.
Yeah, okay. So Fury's kind of standing in front of it along with Nith. Sir Eldridge is on the ground, pretty much presenting it gifts in a way.
No. Just I'm showing it that hey, I have these weapons, but I don't want to use them against you.
Got it. Okay.
Just kind of like a hey, I brought these in here, and I'm sorry about that, but here they are.
Sure. And then Lucan.
I want to like stay back and just be like hiding and like watching.
Can't
I don't
really hide right now.
Well, isn't I'm okay.
I mean,
so
I guess there's other pillars, 10-foot pillars that you can hide behind if you like down or up the hill.
Yeah. So is the top of the hill like a rounded like?
This isn't the top of the hill yet. This is still working up the hill. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna hide behind one of the other pillars then.
So as that happens, and Sir Eldridge kind of immediately bows down, a tall, broad-shouldered, well-muscular man with long, dark hair and a pair of bloody handprints on his chest pop out of the stone. One of his eyes is missing, and he bears a gaping, ragged socket in the place of it. He carries a ghost image of a spear in his hand, and he has a proud look upon his face. Rise.
I stand up. I stand up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Meta, we don't know anything about what Esmeralda's doing right now, right?
Correct.
I tell him that we've come looking for these gems, and I kind of describe the gems, and that they're used. They were used at this winery, but they've been stolen, and so we're in search of them to bring back. I'm searching for them to bring back to their owners.
Ah, I see. Ladies 3, the gems.
Is that what they're called?
Oh, they have many names, but it was the Ladies 3 that gave them.
The ladies three were the ones that created them, or just gave them?
They gave them to as presents.
As presents to who?
The family who owns the winery.
Do you know anything about their power?
They have life in them. They bring stuff to life, they maintain life. They giveth life, they taketh away life. In the wrong hands, they can destroy. In the right hands, they can flourish.
Meta, this sounds a lot like the Infinity Stones.
You should ask that, not Meta.
Do the gems have to be together to be powerful, or are they powerful by themselves?
They are powerful by themselves. They have their own special abilities, but stay fine all by themselves.
Mhm.
Why do you ask?
Because the ones that they were stolen from believes that these gems were taken, or I guess we believe that these gems were taken by 3 different people. So I was wondering if we should still be looking for 3 different people, or if they have to be together, if we should be looking for one person or one group.
Ah, I see.
But if they're powerful together, then while separately, then it wouldn't really matter.
No doubt, the one who owns all 3 would be unstoppable. But also, one person with 1 would be very powerful.
Do you know if there's a good way to track them?
No, there is no way of tracking. They have no magical aura. Some say it's not even magic. It's life. I've been watching you 4. You've done great with this land. You've brightened it up.
Can I come out from behind the pillar?
You're bringing it back to the Ceranos it once was. Yeah, and you just come out of the pillar. But like you noticed that he said U4, so he knew like there's no hiding
He
from
knew
him.
I was there.
Yeah.
What is your name, sir?
I am Kavan, chieftain of the forest people.
The family thinks that the forest people are the ones responsible for stealing the gems.
Ah. The forest people we have today is not the forest people I were. A great shrim has been split between forest people since I have left this place. I am now just a lonely soul, traveling in and out.
Will you guide us to the top of this hill?
I cannot guide you to the top of the hill. Unfortunately, this is my resting place.
What awaits us at the top?
Life waits you at the top. And death.
Do you think we can use the gems to destroy Strahd?
It's a peculiar question. I would not know. I was gone long before Strahd lived in this place. But who knows? They giveth life and they taketh away.
Thank you for speaking with us. I
Thank
turn
you,
to the
Chief
group
Kalan.
and kind of give them a look like, does anybody else have any questions?
I think we should just keep walking.
I nod my head in agreement.
At this time, you hear kind of a sliding down of a hill towards you guys. As you look that direction, it's Esmeralda, looking totally badass. One arm on the wall, kind of slowing her fall down as she slides down, and she kind of sticks it here, a superhero pose. One knee on the ground, fist on the ground, knee, chest to knee, as she's looking down and slowly stands up. I'm afraid we're in trouble, guys.
What happened?
Nothing happened. We are just severely outnumbered.
Oh, do you want our help?
Nope. No help. Just trying to help you.
I scoff and roll my eyes.
What awaits us up there?
Many forest people. They seem to be in some sorts of trance right now. I couldn't tell completely. But there was so many of them, and they all faced Strahd. I saw Strahd up there, and he held the gem. My eyes may have been playing tricks on me, but that's what I saw. I also saw that was on one side. On the other side, I saw a black tree. So deader than any life. No life in them whatsoever.
What color was the tree?
Black. The color of darkness. Emptiness. Death.
You guys think if we can get our hands on one of those life gems and put it to the tree, it's going to give it life again?
As in, you want to do that?
Yeah. I mean, we'd have to dip the gem from Strahd first, but it worked with the sword.
Well, if it's the same tree as as Lucan's dream, I don't know if we want to revive it necessarily before looking at it.
But what if it's the tree of life that had been killed by Strahd?
Why do you think it's the tree of life?
Because Strahd is the undead. You know, I'm just thinking that if Strahd was up there, he probably represents death. And going, just the opposite of what the spirit told us. Up at the hill, there'll be life and death. You know, one of those has to be life, one of those has to be death, and I really don't want Strahd to be life.
Well, I guess I interpret it as the gem was the portion.
But he said all the gems give life, and all the gems give death.
Okay.
Meta, Corey, did you take the staff away?
Yes, if you want to use it, just let me know. There was some information in it that I didn't want you to know.
But I still have it.
You still have it, and you still know what it does. You still know that every time you use it, it has 20 charges, and every time you use it, if you spend one charge, a twig blight comes out. If you use 2 charges, a needle blight comes out, and if you use 4 charges, a vine blight comes out. And you get possibly up to 4 charges back at each dawn.
No, it said 1d6 plus 4.
I'm changing the stats on it.
Oh.
Sorry.
And maybe just Lucan knows this, but then would like the summoning of those like be on our side, correct?
Owner of the staff, yeah. Lucan knows that.
Okay.
But it said I could also control. It said blights wouldn't fight me when I had it.
That is correct, but you cannot control them. If the ones that were not summoned from the staff, you cannot control. But they will not attack you.
Okay.
Sounds like we should send Lucan up there.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll just take all these tree people out by myself.
Well, if nothing else, go up there and see. Well, never mind. We already got an idea of what's up there from Esmeralda. Never mind. Esmeralda, what do you think they were? You said they were in like a trance. What do you think they were, necessarily doing with Strahd?
They were worshipping him. If I say, it was very quiet and eerie. He was holding very still.
Let's go kick their ass and take that gem. And I'm going to start going up the hill. Up the path of the hill.
Let's do it.
All right.
I start heading up that way to see what's all up there.
So I will give you guys. So no, you know what?
On second thought, my gut's telling me maybe we shouldn't do this now and come back a little more prepared.
As you guys reach the top of the hill, there is a wide ring of black boulders and smaller rocks that collectively form a makeshift wall enclosing a field of dead grass. Lightning strikes the edges of this ring from time to time, illuminating a ghastly 50-foot tall statue made of tightly woven twigs, packed with black earth in between it. The statue resembling a tower-cloaked man with fangs.
Can you repeat that?
A black wall of boulders that collectively form a makeshift wall enclosing a field of dead grass. Lightning strikes the edges of the ring from time to time, illuminating a ghastly 50-foot tall statue made of a tightly woven twig and packed with black earth. The statue resembles a towering, cloaked man with fangs.
I look to Esmeralda and say, "Is that who you saw?"
Yes. He seemed.
So you didn't actually see Strahd himself, you just seen a statue of him?
He seemed more lifelike at the glimpse.
Can we see the gem that you said it was holding?
As you look closer, you notice in his chest, he's not holding it, but kind of just like shining in his chest is this blue, ominous glow.
Okay.
How many people are there?
I'm glad you asked. I need you all to make a stealth check. With an advantage.
Well, I'm glad that was said. Fuck.
I rolled a 24.
21.
Natural 20.
What did Esmeralda do?
Hold on. I believe due to your armor, she got a 5. I believe to your armor, it's an automatic disadvantage.
You referring to me? Or
No, I'm talking to Nith.
Yeah.
So with the advantage, it just cancels out and it's one roll.
Yeah. Well, I rolled a 1 for both of them, so I couldn't believe it.
burn those dice.
Hold on. Now I wasn't gonna count, but now I have to count. Did anybody get a natural 20?
Me.
Did you really?
Yeah.
All right.
I rolled a 20 and an 18.
All right. What were the other two?
I had a 24.
21.
All right. Yep. You guys barely barely made it. So as you guys are looking, there appears to be about 15 forest people. They all just be in some sort of trance facing the statue.
How far away from the statue are they?
They are They are anywhere from 5 feet to they're anywhere from about 25 feet to about 150 feet.
How far away are we to the statue?
You are just peeking over the hill. So you're just standing high enough that you can see over the stone walls and see all the forest people and the statue, which is about, I would say you're about 300 or so feet away.
So I guess, is it us, forest people, statue? Is it us, statue, forest people?
I'd say it's
statue to the right.
It's you with the statue on the right, and the forest people on the left.
Okay.
Did we ever get an answer how many people there were?
15 forest people.
So,
inside the circle, worshipping the statue.
And so we could like sneak up to it without like having to go past them. Is that correct? You said statue to the right, people to the left, and we're in between.
Technically, yeah.
I say we can. Well, yeah, I say we can. Or maybe I continue to sneak towards it.
Meta, the guy that crit failed is going to be sneaking.
Yeah, collectively we passed.
How big of a gap in between them and the statue is it?
About the closest of them is about 25 feet away from it.
Okay.
Hold up, says Esmeralda. We're gonna walk into them, or are we gonna go around from the back of the statue?
Behind, back of the statue. That's
Back
my
of the
vote.
statue.
Meta, how far up the statue is the gem, and how far up is it? And then like, yeah, I guess that's what I'm like. And like, how is it situated in the statue?
So it's a 50-foot statue, so it probably sits about 35 feet up, kind of lower chest, upper stomach kind of area of the body.
Yeah.
How closely dense are all the people? Anything?
Yeah, hold on, I'm counting. So I would say they all are within take 150 feet squared, and that's kind of the area they're spaced out in. So that's a person every 10 feet.
Okay.
Can I make a swift dash for the statue?
I look at all of them.
Hear me out. I can't do this because I am a woman. They are worshipping a statue, no? Why doesn't somebody talk as if they are Strahd? From behind.
I think I can one-up you.
Let me hear it. Go ahead, Fury. Make yourself useful.
What?
Make yourself useful.
Oh, you're a bitch, aren't you?
Maybe. I mean, I like my wagon. Maybe I'd be less of a bitch.
How about I just show you?
I don't quite 100% trust you. No, please do not show me.
How far have I sneaked since this has been going on?
You're sneaking? I need you to make another stealth check.
Oh,
it does not carry over. Sorry, because it's a different kind of. You're trying to accomplish two different things now.
But he says it's a straight up roll.
What do you mean accomplish two different things?
So like before, you're just like not trying to you're just coming as a group up upon the hill, and try not to get noticed. Now you physically are like sneak around a wall.
All right.
I'm giving a chance that you're not using your one.
What's that?
I'm giving a chance that you're not using your one.
What do you mean?
Like you rolled 2 natural ones.
So you're using that, or I'm not using it?
You're not using that. You're re-rolling, seeing if we can get something else.
Yep. Okay. 19. 1 second. Didn't add in my shit.
With a disadvantage.
With a disadvantage?
Yep.
Why a disadvantage?
Will it still get?
Because of your armor.
What did we have advantage before?
Say what?
What did we have advantage before?
Because you guys were sneaking before coming up over the hill. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll straight up 19. What's your modifier?
+1. So dirty 20.
Okay. So as you sneak, you're a big motherfucker, and you're just. You do some like somersault rolls behind the wall, but again, you're so big that like your tail and sometimes like a little like dread will like pop up above. But these guys are so deep in their trance that they just don't notice you. And you're able to get behind the wall, behind the statue.
I climb up to the statue, to like the glowing where it's coming from.
Okay. You climb up the statue, or you climb up over the wall?
Am I?
I assume you're on the other side of the.
Oh, see, like my thought was okay. So I'm gonna describe it and you clarify. So like we walk up, there's like a ring of, and then like inside we see the statue on our right side, like within the circle, and the people on our left side.
Correct.
And then I was gonna sneak like along the inside of the wall to get behind the statue.
Oh.
Not around the backside of the.
Hey, meta. Sorry, this isn't meta. I have scrying stones. I'm gonna send a message to Nith. So
tell him to wait exactly where he is.
Wait, you have both of the scrying stones?
I send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature which I am familiar with. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes me as the sender, and knows it's me.
Okay.
Tell him to wait exactly where he is.
But I have to do it in 25 words.
Let's walk this back. Is this before the sneak of Nith or after?
Right.
Okay.
Immediately after the sneak.
Because you're walking inside of the circle, Nith, it's basically wide open. There is nothing blocking you.
Yeah, that's why I was sneaking.
Yep. I am going to make you do your disadvantage.
Okay.
If you go on the outside of the wall around to behind the statue, everything stays still. Everything stands.
Big boy came to play. 17.
After modifier, so...
Yep.
Okay, same thing happens. You're like playing the Mission Impossible song in your head. You're like tiptoeing, but like big feet, just like with every steps. But you're still able just to kind of like make it all the way back to behind the statue of Strahd, right behind. The wall sits about 50 feet away from you at the closest park, and I would say lightning is striking it every 10 to 15 seconds right now. Not all of them are always close to you, but every strike is hitting some part of that ring.
And I'm on the inside of the ring between
Correct.
the ring and the statue.
You are in between the statue and the ring.
And the statue is how far away from me?
I assumed you're like back up against the statue.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Yep. Now we're to looking.
okay. I use my stone, and I'm gonna my scrying stone, and I'm gonna say to Ned, hold your position. Fury going to transform into Strahd.
I tell him to stop. And I tell him, you will know when to grab the stone.
Can I hear
Fury, you
Fury?
can't talk to him.
I'm telling you to tell him.
Okay. Hold your.
What's your word count to?
Okay, I'm at 9 right now. I've been counting.
You're at 9? Bullshit, you're at 9.
I was fucking counting.
Say those 9 words again.
Start it again, yeah.
Well, I can't remember what I said now.
You said
Start over then.
Okay, I'll just start from the top. I have 25 words, okay?
got it.
Hold your position. 3 words.
Yep, but we can count.
Fury transforming into Strahd. To fool them, you will know when to grab the stone.
I'm at 13? No, I'm at 18.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll repeat one more time. Hold your position.
I just stand put at the base of the statue, but also keeping a keen eye on the people in our group, kind of looking back and forth, ready to like go get the stone if something goes south.
Am I up?
Yes.
All right. I kind of crack my knuckles and kind of shake my body out in preparation for this wonderful acting that I'm about to do. So first thing I do is I use disguise self to make myself look like Strahd. So what happened to my thing? Give me 2 seconds. My thing crapped out on me.
Describe yourself. Besides looking like Strahd, like what colored robes?
I'm tall and gray, and I'm wearing as dark of clothing as possible, and it just seems like everything around me is miserable. Okay, so that's the first thing I do. Second thing I do is I cast where is it? Darkness. So completely surrounding me is a 15-foot radius sphere of pitch black.
All right.
Third thing I do is use thaumaturgy to cause just mayhem. So there's the earth is shaking, all the fire all over the place is going all over the place, all that kind of stuff. And as I am in this ball of darkness, I head towards the statue with just everything around me shaking and going crazy, lightning going off in the background. They can't see what I am yet, but they just see a big black ball. Am I good so far?
So far, yeah.
Okay, so I get to the statue, and I am right up next to the statue, and I 100% fully engulf the statue in darkness. And as that happens, I step out of the...
Okay, so take a step back. So your darkness is 15 feet around you?
It's the sphere is 30 feet. It's 15 feet by... it's 15 foot by... Hold on, let me see here.
It's 15
The range of the sphere is... The area of the sphere is 60 feet.
60 feet from the center of you, 60 feet in all directions?
60 feet from the center of me, but I believe it's range to fill a 15-foot radius. So radius is from the center to the outside, so it's 30 foot circumference.
Okay. 30 foot.
So from
center
top
reference,
top to bottom, it's 30 feet.
Okay. So as you go over to the statue, you're able to engulf like the first half, not even half of it. However, also within your perimeter is Nith.
Yep,
It's
that's
also
fine.
now shrouded in darkness.
Yep, that's fine. Okay, we're good.
At this time, the forest people start to lift up their heads, and they're seeing what's going on, not knowing 100% what's going on.
Okay, and pause you there. What level spell is that gem?
I'm sorry, what?
Like, did the spell or does gem have any spell to it whatsoever? Like, what is causing that light from the gem to glow?
Nothing. There is no
Nothing?
spell.
Okay, so I'll let you decide. It says if any of the spell's areas overlap with an area of light created by a spell of second or lower, the spell that created the light is dispelled. So is there still a light from the gem or no?
Ah, I see. All right. Let me. Okay. Someone else, tell me what they're doing. While I quickly look this up.
I'm
I haven't
watching
really been-
Theory.
Yeah, I haven't really been given any instructions, so I'm just kind of watching back with the rest of the group, kind of at amazement as what's going on, while internally thinking to myself, holy fuck, is this actually working so far?
Even Esmeralda chimes in. Well, I'll give him that one. Can you go ahead and read that spell again, please?
Just that last part I read to you?
Yeah, the spell that you cast.
Okay. If any of this spell's area overlaps an area of light created by a spell of second level or lower, the spell that created that light is dispelled.
I'm gonna say it's not magic dispelling the light, so therefore spell level of 0, so the light goes out of the gem.
Okay, well that's gonna be fun to deal with. So I'm gonna continue from there then. As I get to the statue, I step out of the statue and show myself as Strahd to everybody. And what is their reaction?
Surprised. Some of them are like shitting bricks. A lot of them continued just to bow, or as they stood up from watching what's going on. Once they noticed it was you, they bow down again. It's a mix of feeling and emotions.
Okay. As I am stepping out, continuing with thaumaturgy, I'm going to let my voice boom to extremely loud volumes, and I just yell, "Is this all the defense you guys can offer for this? Anybody could walk in here right now and take this gem from right underneath you." And what is yes,
one kind of priestess. Jeez, Trevor, your breathing is so fucking loud.
Just surviving.
There seems to be kind of a head forest person there, kind of like seems to be more of a priest getup than the rest. He kind of takes a step forward. He's about 5 foot tall. He has both a white staff and a black staff in his hand. On his head, he has antlers, would appear to be from like a deer, but the skull that sits on his head doesn't look like any animal you've seen before. My
Okay.
lord, I am sorry. I did not see this coming.
And using vicious mockery, I yell at him, and who the fuck are you to be speaking to me? And he needs to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Uh, 17.
Okay, so that succeeds. So nothing happens from it.
All right. My lord, I serve you. I am the leader of the forest people. We praise you and hope for your power.
And pausing at that again, I go back. What is Nith doing?
Just waiting. Are these? Or I here? Can I? Is it possible for me to whisper? Or how far is Fury from the people he's talking to?
He is like face to face with the priest druid.
All right. How far are they from the statue?
No more than 15. I say 20 feet because he walked out of the darkness.
Hey, Corey.
Okay.
Would you agree with that, Joe?
Where is the
Yeah.
darkness like on the statue? Where is the darkness covering again?
Time out here, Corey.
Yep.
Just to make this so I actually know what he's doing, I'm going to use detect thoughts to listen to what he's thinking.
Do you have enough fucking spell slots for this?
Yeah, I just healed up.
All right.
So now he doesn't have to. I can know exactly what he's doing right now without him really doing anything, but he doesn't know I'm doing that.
How much of the statue is covered in darkness? Like from base going up, how much is
That's
covered
up
in
to
darkness?
Corey. How tall is the statue?
50 feet.
So the thing is, aren't some of these so like darkness, is that a concentration spell?
Darkness is a concentration spell.
So
that
immediately
matter?
as you cast detect thoughts, I believe that's also a concentration spell.
Oh, is it?
I believe so.
Yeah, there's a concentration. So does that one require one over the other?
Correct. You can only do one concentration at a time.
Okay, well, mine is to detect thoughts. I just don't have a clue what he's doing then.
Okay.
So how much of the statue is in darkness?
We agreed that it goes up 15 feet, correct?
Then it is fully engulfed.
15.
Yeah, the statue's only 15 feet tall.
No, statue's
50.
15. Your
Oh,
darkness
well,
only goes 15.
From the ground to the top, since it's 15 feet, it'd be 30 feet. And if I'm standing on the ground, it'd be 30 feet to the top. So there's 20 feet sticking out of it.
Yep, so it goes to about the height of the gem.
To about where the gem's covered, or no?
Yeah, because I said the gem is about 35 feet off the ground. And
So yes, it is covered.
And if it's engulfed in darkness, can I see anything?
yeah, you can.
I can still see the statue and everything. Just
Oh
Like, it's
no,
not-
you can't. You cannot see the stat. You're completely engulfed in darkness.
You're blind to the bad. You are just feeling around right now.
correct.
yeah, I'm gonna feel around and then climb my way up, and then just hold tight, like at the gemstone level.
I am gonna make you roll a athletics check.
Hell yeah. All right. Jacob rolled 23.
That is good. As you turn around, your back goes against the statue. You turn around. You're now facing the statue. Your dark, long cock rubs against it. You know exactly where it is.
The adrenaline
His
got
cock or the statue's cock?
The adrenaline got me hard.
Can you like woodpecker that in as like a stabilizing tool?
You just hear like a soft knocking.
Esmeralda is like, oh my.
She can smell it.
Jeez, never mind. So you use the claws and you're digging in. You're grabbing some twigs. You're digging into the black earth that's built in, and you're climbing up this statue, no problem from the back. You're in the darkness. Nobody can see you, and you make it about to the height of where the darkness ends. I'm gonna say your head is out, but you're on the back, so you don't need to worry about anything. You can just now see.
And then do I see where like the gem is like shining from? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like is the gem like in the darkness, or is it like still peeking out a little bit?
So it's peeking out, however, it's on the other side of the statue. So you're gonna have to make acrobatics check to like shimmy around.
How thick is the statue? Like if I were to try to get it from behind, or is it like right at the front of the statue?
It's
like inside of it.
It's inside of it. I would say the statue is about 5 feet thick.
Okay.
I would say a full 1.5 arm length. So like standard arm length. So let's say 8 feet. However, you're dragonborn. How tall are you?
I think 6'10". I mean
6'10", so your arm length would be about like
6'9", but yeah.
7'6".
Okay.
So
arm length is about the size of how tall you are.
Okay, so no more than 7, because I know there's some freaks.
So it's 7 thick, you mean?
It's 8 thick. Your arm reach is 7.
Okay.
So you cannot drill through with your arms.
So I have to go around the front.
Yes.
All right. I will like lower myself, so that like I'm just like covered in the darkness, and then shimmy over. Try to.
Okay. Go ahead and make a acrobatics.
Acrobatics. 15.
Also does it just fine. Again, your claws are helping you with a great advantage. To just easily, along with your strength, easily just grab and move with ease. Your head is back down in the darkness, so you can't see of any movement or of any for sure holdings.
And then
you drop. How do you think you detect the gem?
So that's what I was going to ask. Is the gem magic? It's magic in itself, correct?
No, it's not.
Okay. So I guess if I can't detect magic, then I'm just gonna kind of reach my, or I guess I'll peek out of the darkness like real quick to see like where I think it is, and then like go back down in the darkness, and then just like reach my hand out and like reach for it.
So we're playing a game of peekaboo.
Yeah, I'm with another. I'm gonna make you do a stealth.
Oh boy!
Just straight up, no disadvantage, because like I don't see how the armor could like hinder you in this.
18.
All right. they're all pretty you're pretty high up, and they're all pretty distracted with Strahd at the feet. So you're able to like kind of peek up, get a surrounding of the gym, and go back under. So you would say the gem is about 2 feet up above your head and about 6 inches to your right. You're not perfectly centered in the front, and so that's where the gem's located from your head peak.
Then I try to get it.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Oh no. 4.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
One second. 19.
All right. So.
Wait, sorry. 16.
16, okay. So you feel your hand, and you're able to feel the smoothness of the gem that's quite different than the twigs. You try to sneak your hand into the dirt and twigs and grab the gem. But you just can't get a grip of it. And you're kind of frustrated at this point, so you just kind of take a handful of the twigs and rip it out of the way. You drop it inside the darkness. So no one sees it, and this time you're able to open the surroundings, and you're able to get the gem out. However, now you are one hand short. What would you like to do?
Okay, sorry. Say that real quick once again.
So you weren't able to get your sleight of hand out, but you were able to tear some twigs away and use your brute to pull the gem out. Yep. However, now whatever you do, I'm gonna make you be at a disadvantage because one hand is carrying the gem.
Okay. So I'm holding on still, and
you're holding on. Yep. One hand on the gem, one hand on the statue.
And how big is the gem?
Football size.
Shit.
Oh, really?
Can I like just put that into like my sack?
Go ahead and make another sleight of hand with a disadvantage because you're doing it one-handed.
Yep. 10.
So you struggle for a little bit. You're really lucky that Joe is concentrated, or Fury's concentrated in the darkness. Because you're like flopping your hands everywhere, trying to get get the gem in the bag. Due to your size and due to the size of the darkness, everything was concealed and hidden. If anything, they could hear some sounds coming, but due to the fact they can't see anything, they have no idea, and they don't have much of imagination to know what's going on. But you're able to get the gem in the bag, and we're going to leave it right there for tonight.
Oh shit! It's already time.
Oh, you're not gonna let me make my great escape?